Breaking news coming in this morning. Leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party are protesting outside Home Minister Rajnath Singh's residence in the national capital over the Delhi rape. The AAP is protesting against lack of security for women in the national capital. Remember, a 25-year-old MNC executive was raped in Delhi on Friday night. The driver of the cab was arrested yesterday from Mathura in a search operation that was launched by the Delhi police. What's shocking is that investigations have revealed that there was no way that cab service Uber could have tracked the movement of the cab. What's even worse is that no check was carried out of the credentials of this driver, who reportedly didn't even have a driver's license. News that we're getting in, the incident now taking a political turn. Aam Aadmi Party leaders are protesting outside Rajnath Singh's residence in the national capital, highlighting the lack of security for women in the national capital. Aam Aadmi Party workers are protesting outside the residence of Home Minister Rajnath Singh in the national capital after the shocking rape of a 25-year-old MNC executive on Friday. The AAP is protesting against lack of security for women in Delhi. These are
Aam Aadmi Party is now protesting outside Home Minister Rajnath Singh's residence, in fact, on the rape that took place in an Uber cab just on Friday. The party is alleging that the law and order situation in Delhi has completely failed. We have these protesters here in the morning, of course, there are about 70 to 80, about 100 people, those who are protesting here from the Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party's Atishi Malina is also here. Atishi, why protest outside Rajnath Singh's house?
The protest outside Rajnath Singh's house is because the Delhi police is accountable to the Home Ministry. The Delhi police does not come under the Delhi government. So therefore, the Home Minister has to be held accountable for the lack of law and order in the city. It's been 2 years since the Nirbhaya rape. It's been 6 months since we have a new government. Who is answerable? Why has the government not done anything to ensure the security of women in Delhi?
Opposition is saying it's now again Aam Aadmi Party back to their basic tactics, only protesting. They are now trying to use politics because elections are on.
Aam Aadmi Party is the only one that has put forward a concrete plan for women's security in Delhi. On 26th of November, we did a women's dialogue where we put forward a 10-point agenda for the city of Delhi. So we are engaging constructively. However, there are times when a protest is needed. A protest is needed because the Home Minister needs to be held accountable.
Are you expecting Rajnath Singh to speak to you?
Absolutely, he should. Why should the Home Minister not be accountable when the Delhi police comes under the Home Ministry?
Thank you so much. In fact, the protests are going on here, and they are now demanding the Home Minister to come out, meet with them. The party saying that they have set an agenda for women's safety. But clearly, of course, Delhi elections are around the corner. We are expecting them to be in February or late January, early February. And of course, politics after this rape case in the national capital clearly hotting up. The camera person Anil Ankityagi in New Delhi for headlines today.
That's Aam Aadmi Party turning that rape of an MNC executive into a political issue, saying that the NDA government has been in power for almost 6 months now, and no provisions have been put into place to ensure safety of women on the streets of the capital. This is the big story we are tracking this Monday morning. The rape of a 26-year-old MNC executive allegedly by a cab driver in the national capital has brought leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party out on the streets. Day after the police arrested the alleged rapist Shiv Yadav from Mathura, the accused will be produced in a Delhi court today. The accused was nabbed after a massive manhunt that was launched by the Delhi police. Meanwhile, the police have also asked the management of Uber cabs that employed the accused to give their statement today.
The prime accused in this case, Shiv Kumar Yadav, has been arrested from Mathura. He'll be brought to Delhi immediately. He'll be moved to Delhi immediately. Rest details we will disclose you later. The prime accused, Shiv Kumar Yadav, has already been arrested.
Let's get a word from our Deputy Editor Atir Khan, who's with us live from the National Capital this morning. Atir, even as investigations move ahead in the Delhi rape case, Uber officials to be questioned today, the accused to be presented in court. The Aam Aadmi Party now also coming down on the streets and protesting outside Rajnath Singh's residence.
Well, that's right. You see, it's become a big political issue now. And as Ankit was pointing out ahead of Delhi Assembly elections, but the fact is, it's a very serious matter. Though the police has been able to crack down the case within 48 hours, they have rounded up this person. But what is more surprising, Simi, is that this person who's been arrested is a habitual offender. He was involved in a rape case in Mehroli some time ago. And what is surprising is that there was no tracking, no verification done by the cab operator, and he was put into this responsible duty. Now in an environment where you have 24/7 working hours, and women of course come back late, the least they expect is that they'll get a secure environment to get back home after a hard day's work. But that is not happening. After Nirbhaya case, several schemes aimed at women's security were in the pipeline. They're still in the pipeline. They have not been implemented. So the things need to be, a lot of improvement needs to be done as far as women's security is concerned in the entire NCR region. Simi?
Right, and Atir, we're also being told that Uber officials to be questioned by the police today. The fact that they didn't carry out a verification of the driver, and the fact that this person didn't even own a driver's license, is something that will be that is going to work against the agency.
Well, absolutely. You see, they are accountable, and there are reports that there is no call center, and it's a virtual operator which is operating outside the country but has presence here. So without verifying the antecedents of the driver, they are recruiting them, not even checking whether the person has license, what is the background. So that sort of irresponsible behavior has to be explained by them, and that is why police has asked them to join investigation and give their side of the story as to what they have to say about it. Though they have in a statement by Uber, they have already said that they are very sorry about this incident, and they really have sympathy for the family, but then that doesn't absolve them. They will have to join an investigation and give their side of the story.
Right, and Atir, we're seeing protests outside Home Minister Rajnath Singh's residence in the national capital. This is an issue that could also be taken up by the opposition in Parliament today. Atir, thanks so much for that update. The opposition set to take up this issue in Parliament as well. Remember, the BJP had attacked the UPA government after the Nirbhaya case and had targeted it for failing to provide a safe environment for women in Delhi.